look how far we've come, all the things we've done, did it all with love, beauty from the bottom up. All I want is you, you're my favorite view, but there's nothing more, girl, you make my heart beat.
Welcome back, family.
Welcome back, you beautiful creatures.
As you guys see, I'm wearing these giant, awesome head muffs. We've had technical issues this morning. We just reset everything. So there's all of that shit. So today is going to be the last official, scheduled record day that we have. We will be doing something hopefully later this week just to keep on track, but Wednesday will not be it. We are going to be changing our work schedule when we get back from Costa Rica somehow. I'm not sure yet. I think that our public live streams are going to happen on Monday instead of Wednesday. And then we're going to probably do Tuesday, Wednesday record days, but that's not set in stone yet. But we want to be able to start going back to the gym. We want to be able to do life things. We talked this morning a lot, and we really do have a crazy busy life.
Yeah.
But it's because everything is squished
In a time frame.
In between a time frame.
Yeah, and I still have to maintain our home
After that.
after all of our work shit.
Right. And then with the changes that we have with editors and all of the other things that's going on, things are in a weird transition phase yet again. And we're leaving the studio again, starting after June.
It's all going back to home base.
If we come back from Costa Rica and are able to get internet set up right away, I'll probably spend that first week just moving everything back and getting it set up, and then make small trips every single day, come and get a single load until everything is moved, just so that I'm not trying to kill myself moving all this shit, or get everything that I needed to get that it's valuable, and then call Trevor and be like, hey bro, go move all this shit. Don't damage my stuff.
I think that would be a good idea.
So anyways, we're also going to have to, when we figure out our work schedule, we're also going to have to record a intro that goes before the music video of our podcast that lets people know that we're changing our schedule, because we've changed our schedule so much at this point that I don't believe that the normal listeners know what our schedule is. I know Patreon does.
Yeah.
But I think that everybody else is kind of just oh, look, they're doing something today.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it must be this day that they're doing this thing, you know? But I would really like to be able to, I can't wait to have internet at home. I feel like a kid who's getting internet for the first time, because it's been so long since we've been able to do shit at the house. So, but we'll be able to set up that whiskey room. All the whiskey's gone. Get all that shit situated. Get all of our books and our stuff set up on the bookcases the way that we want it to look, and then put up a little system to record and go.
Yeah.
So we will also have a whole lot of stuff to get rid of, because there's a whole lot of stuff that's not going to fit in the house. The upside is we're going to have to buy a TV for the man cave because we have one.
It's true.
And it's on rollers.
Yeah.
So if we're not using it, we can just roll it up against the wall and it's not out in the way. You know what I mean? And then when we want to use it, we just roll it right in front of us.
Right.
All right. What do you got? You got any housekeeping? Anything you want to talk about before we get into emails?
No, not really. My mind is becoming more focused on making sure the house is put together and the children are taken care of while we're gone, and packing and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. The next 3 weeks is going to be very, very rough. I really want to make sure that when we get back, everything is a very smooth transition back to work life, because we're going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Right.
It's going to be the longest vacation that you and I have ever taken together.
Yeah.
And to go that long without working, and there's a lot that goes into that. And I also still need to go buy another phone. And I think that when I buy that other phone, I honestly think that I might retire my iPhone and just go to a new number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that have that number. I got a text from Sam Alvey, the UFC fighter, the other day, and that was kind of cool. And that was a good reminder to not get rid of that phone. But I don't want everybody to be able to access me like that. It's very nice to be able to just shut that shit off and people not be able to reach out.
Yeah. You have a lot of phones.
I do. We have that. I have that, the Samsung, the S22 Ultra or whatever that I had, that I thought was not holding a charge. It's still at 40%. It's been a week on not being used. And I could technically just use it, but Vibe said, do you like the unplugged phone? I like the features of the unplugged phone, but I've been on iPhone for so long that moving to Android system sucks ass for me. And I don't there's a lot of limitations on that phone. And it's like that for a reason, because it's supposed to be a secure phone. And the more you put shit on there that's not secure, the more the phone is no longer secure. So I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do, is just charge that phone and take that one with me instead. But
maybe save money.
It would save $1,000.
Yeah.
Going on to some feel good emails.
Okay.
If this is what I think it is, you guys are going to cry. I hope you got your tissues.
Thank you, Patreon, from your local pet groomer. Dear Chris and Peach, I'm writing today to thank you for a multitude of reasons. So I'll just jump right into it after this short disclaimer. This may be a bit intense at first, but it ends happily, I promise. I hope you're ready for the long haul because I'm going to provide a lot of detail to hopefully convey just how much of a difference you have made in my life. I would like to start by thanking you for doing what you do with this podcast, for following the path so carefully laid out for you despite all of the negativity and hardships you have endured along the way. Thank you for choosing to focus on the good, on the hard work you've done, and on the help you are providing so many who need it. Lord knows I needed it when this podcast came into my life. 1 year ago, I was sick, terribly sick in both the physical and mental sense. With my body failing me, my mind was quickly following the same route. All hope was lost in my eyes, and I truly believed I was not long for this earth, whether it be my hand or God's that made the call. I learned during those months that pain is a mighty thing, able to drive any to their breaking point. As I was in the depths of my own despair and seemingly endless pain, I prayed. I begged anything, any creator, God, or the universe to help me. Help me to heal both my mind and body and to take this pain from me because I could not keep living like this anymore. 2 days later, my dad stopped me from taking matters into my own hands. I recall him telling me that the lifeless look he saw in my eyes that day, after I hugged him and my mom and said goodbye to my dogs before walking out their front door, was something that he had seen in the mirror himself. He said that he knew if I left, he would not see my eyes again. My dad begged me not to let the demons win, to fight a bit more, and I would see myself through to the other side of this war. So I told him I would try. At the time, I thought he couldn't truly understand my pain or he wouldn't have been there to pull me out of my car. The next day, while laying in my bed and waiting for things to end, having completely given up and not wanting to further hurt my loved ones, you showed up on my FYP. At first, your content frustrated me. I felt attacked, angry, and resolute in my beliefs that you were both wrong. Your clips came up multiple times, and I remember thinking of how much you reminded me of my own parents in both personality and your relationship. Most people would hear that and think it's a good thing. However, I hated them at the time and viewed their relationship as an abomination, weak, and sad. I'll explain these thoughts and the full turnaround in perspective thanks to your podcast. From the time I got my first phone at 14, I had social media. My parents had no clue at the time how vast and dangerous of a realm I had been given free access to. As a teen, I spent hours, nights, days consuming content meant to bolster women, to show us young girls what to accept from men and how to feel righteous in the treatment we doled out to men and the opposing treatment we were to demand of them. Social media taught me that women who were soft were weak, women who were consistent and concise rather than lashing out emotionally didn't really care, and women should demand the utmost respect without equal respect given in return, as we were perfectly justified due to years of being downtrodden. It also taught me that strong men were abusive. Pretty much any form of pushback from a man was abuse or narcissism, and that you should never be led by a man lest you find yourself no longer a true woman, a strong woman. The mantra, I can do anything a man can do and do it better, was a strong theme on social media for me. This all shaped my perspective in my most formative years. That breaks my heart.
Right.
I fell into that trap.
A lot of women do. It's why relationships aren't working anymore. It's also why men have become frail.
Yeah.
Because they know that the strong man is not wanted anymore. In order to get a woman, we've got to downplay our fucking manliness and be little sniveling bitches about everything, because that's what, society's teaching women to want in a man.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
This is also why our children will not have unrestricted access to the internet at young ages.
They're not going to have a phone that doesn't do any more than text message until they're old enough to buy their own smartphone.
Yeah.
And we won't have a computer that's accessible either. If you guys want to be on the computer to play games or something, there'll be scheduled times for that shit.
Yeah.
And it'll be monitored.
100%. My gosh, me thinking back to when I was, maybe an early teen, 13, 14 years old. And I would sit on the computer Friday, Saturday nights until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning playing games I should not have been playing. Extremely sexual, inappropriate. My parent had no idea.
Yeah.
Continuing in the email. Then, seeing the podcast clips, I remember feeling frustrated that Peaches was so willing to lower herself to serve her husband, something I had viewed as weak in my own mother for a long time. I fought with my mom constantly and tried to push her boundaries because I knew she was a weak-willed woman. I mean, look at how she let my father make final decisions for the house, how she allowed him to stand taller than her and carry the weight of the world. I couldn't stand that she put him above me as her child when making decisions.
She said, I mean, look at how she let my father make the final decision for the house, how she allowed him to stand taller than her and carry the weight of the world. How can that be viewed as a bad thing? Let me shelter you to make sure that none of this shit lands on you, but it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I would rather you be the big, strong oak so I can be this nice, delicate sunflower.
Fucking insane to me. It's also crazy to me how that whole argument in the feminist movement that is all of this fails to realize how important a Rolls woman is to a man to be able to allow him to do that. There is a lot that you guys have to do in order for us to be able to do that effectively. It's just insane to me. It's just insane.
I don't have the shoulders to carry the weight of the world.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you do that for me.
My job.
Continuing. I was meant to be her number one priority, right? Your kids should come above all else. Why didn't my own mom seem to understand that? With that said, I decided earlier on that I didn't want to be like her. I didn't want a man to be stronger than me in any way, and my kids would always be my first priority above all else. How would I ever be able to live with myself if I became that kind of woman who thought otherwise? I would surely hate myself, fail my children, and secretly, or not so secretly, despise my husband. That's what I had learned from the women on social media. I also felt that Chris mirroring my father's own strength as a man of the house was overbearing and downright narcissistic. I had fought with my dad constantly as well. He would get so upset after explaining something to me 3 or 4 times, always in order to help me, that it would devolve into chaos, just the way I wanted it to. I felt he couldn't control me if I didn't ever allow him to guide me, so we fought. I fought tooth and nail against every man I met because I needed to prove my worth as a woman, just like all of the other strong women I followed and revered on social media. I was the alpha, and I wouldn't be second to any man.
I wonder if now that she knows me in real life and has like actually interacted with me on several occasions, if she still thinks I'm a narcissist.
I don't know. We had that conversation. Yeah. I felt so sure of this that every time my dad tried to help me, it was taken as an attack and I responded with venom and fangs, effectively destroying what was once a very close relationship. Now, let's get to the part where I realized how far down the social media indoctrination rabbit hole I had fallen and how I willingly, oh fuck. Willingly. I had allowed it to poison my relationships with family, friends, partners, and coworkers. Your podcast kept coming up and I would scroll away, swatting it down like a gnat I didn't want to deal with. Until I eventually decided to look at an episode that a clip had come from, if only to hear the nonsense and comment about how ridiculous it was. Except that didn't happen. Oh, I love that.
I actually really enjoy it when people get mad at a clip and they go watch the content and be like, oh.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, tell me why you're triggered.
Yeah.
What's really going on there? Because something there ain't right for you to get mad at something like this.
This ain't about us. Yeah.
Jenna said always the ling ling.
That messes me up. I'm over here. You were checking whatever you were checking on your phone. I was going to wait for you to be done. I'm over here like willingly. That just doesn't. My eyes don't compute with my brain on that one. And then it has to transfer to my vocal cords. My goodness.
Belle said that was me, triggered as fuck.
And now we're friends. You love me now.
I don't think it was you that triggered her though.
Yeah.
I think it was me.
And now look, triggering others. You darn tootin'. Oh, everyone, Sierra came in late. Let's all stop conversation and look at her walk through the door. I wasn't angry with you. I was angry with myself, much to my own surprise. In this episode, I found that you both spoke in equal measure about mutual respect, love for others and self, and gathering the strength to battle your demons, pushing forward with everything you have while building a relationship that would thrive.
It was totally me.
Yeah?
She said, no, it absolutely was Chris. I did not like how he made me feel. Jenny said, now, damn it, now I feel like I'm in trouble.
That
That's
disappointed
funny.
look, damn it.
Let's stare at them with disapproval. That TikTok.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
No, we love you, Sierra. Thank you for coming in, even though you were a little bit late.
This shit's funny.
Yeah. All right. No, she said, I'm sorry, I had a meeting. No, I was 100% joking. I was lovingly giving shit. I do that with my own children. Sissy and I will stand there and wait on brother and be like, we need to watch him walk in. So he knows that we were waiting for him. All right, continuing. I saw you two sharing looks that spoke of love and true happiness. I heard Chris speak of the responsibility he takes onto his shoulders at the start of every day for the betterment of your lives. I heard Peach speak of loving her role in your home and how rewarding and natural it felt. I wondered for a moment if my parents felt the same. I was intrigued by the truth that I could see behind your words, though the concept was one I had fought hard against for so long. So curious, I kept listening. Through my illness, through the most trying emotional ordeals I have yet to experience, I listened. The more I listened to you both speak, the more I realized I lived a life of hatred while you both lived a life of love.
It's like that TikTok you made doing the shimmy.
Yeah.
And imagine hating Peaches while she's out here dancing in the sunlight.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments about that.
Yeah, because it's insane to me.
Yeah.
We really are living a good life. And we're both very fucking happy and thriving, and like,
yeah,
people hate us for it. It's because we have a joy that they lack. It's no different than me being envious of people's musical talents.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's like, fuck them for being good at that.
Yeah.
When I could be good at that if I just took the time to learn to do it.
Yeah.
People could be good at their relationships if they just took the time to learn to fucking communicate.
Yeah. Continuing, not because I was filled with hatred. I realized this was because I scrolled through the endless perfect women, strong women, true women, and believed every word they said as though it was gospel from a very young age. At 14, I was desperate for acceptance from my peers and the great world at my fingertips, and I believed that this was surely the correct way to think. At 21, I found myself within a group of bitter young women who hated all men, yet were dating men. It was as though our partners were exempt because they had chosen such strong, independent women. I want to comment on that real quick. I was a part of that group. Fuck all men. Men aren't shit. I can do everything a man can do, and I can do it better. And I was still dating men. But the men that I was dating were different because I hand selected you. You're special because I like you. You're not like the other men because I see you differently. The high horse that I was sitting on. My goodness. Continuing, despite the trouble I had connecting with men in real world, social media still proclaimed that I was right in my thinking. At the ripe old age of 26, being single, sick, and friendless,
Damn.
I found myself wondering, have I had it wrong this whole time? Never before had that thought entered my mind until watching that first episode. So I began to dissect my past relationships and friendships, the fights and the chaos. And then it hit me. The common denominator of every single one of them was me.
It's like we've said that a lot.
My fuck all men attitude was so strong that I can hardly believe I managed to find men willing to date me, let alone enter a relationship with me. My female friends were volatile towards men and women alike, and I was right there with them, hating men who lived in their strengths and hating women who dared to nurture and live in the light of their feminine energy. I too was that woman. That woman? Did I say woman? I too was that woman. I too was that woman. I despised any woman who took care of themselves, right? I would go into Walmart. Like, you remember that website, The People of Walmart, where I was one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not care about my appearance. I thought I was hot as shit no matter what. I would go in ungroomed, wearing ripped clothing, my ass hanging out of shorts. Like, I was a mess. And all of that was at my highest weight. There was zero self-care happening.
Pretty delusional when you look back on it.
Yeah. Yes, it is. You want to know what one of my wake-up calls was? I was walking through Aldi, and there was this, I don't know, little 5 or 6 year old boy, and he kept going, but, because of what I was wearing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, that was the first real embarrassment I felt about taking myself into public and not grooming me.
5-year-old.
A 5-year-old hurt my feelings. Also, children don't care about hurting feelings.
Not at all.
They're not going to turn a blind eye or silently judge somebody. They're just going to say it out loud.
Yep.
Continuing, I tried to ignore this revelation and the discomfort that came with it. After 5 episodes, I found myself admitting I was unhappy with the way I chose to conduct myself and began implementing changes in my life. It started small. I won't let my emotions come out first. I'll pause, think, and then speak. I had the first phone conversation with my mom in years where one of us didn't hang up or get frustrated. She texted me later that day to tell me how happy it had made her. I found myself glowing with happiness for the first time in months. Then the changes started rolling in, and with them many firsts. The more I watched, the more I implemented change. The more I changed, the better I felt. The better I felt, the more I healed physically and mentally. By the 30th episode, I was walking, eating 6 small meals a day to fuel my body in a way it could accept, and taking care of myself again. By the 100th episode, I was going on a first date in my life where I didn't show up with a fanfare of attitude to ensure that this man knew that I was a strong and independent woman. I arrived humbled. I talked about my dreams and listened to his, and for the first time in my life, I felt calm while allowing a man to lead our evening. Today, I have watched every episode you have released, joined your Discord, and then moved up to Peach's Sacred Sisterhood group. I am healthy, both mentally and physically, 75 pounds lighter, and I have found the strength within myself to not only live, but to thrive. I found the soft, tender parts of my heart and soul that I had willingly locked within a cage and freed them. Ooh, that almost tripped me up.
You got it though.
I felt myself stumble, but like my hands went out.
Guys, so before we move on, because we're almost done, we have a page and a half left. We heard all of this already.
Yes, this was an in-person conversation.
That had all of us standing outside of a dog groomer on the sidewalk in like a massive like grocery store parking lot, fucking sobbing.
Big old plaza.
Yeah. I was like, please just send that in. Please send that fucking email in.
Mm-hmm. I found the soft, tender parts of my heart and soul. Oh, I just read that. I'm not willing to try that again. I nailed it the first time. I see men and women for the power they possess. Though different, they are equally beautiful. I am blessed to have experienced the first relationship in my life where there was no yelling.
Love that.
Though we did not stay together, we ended things amicably with a discussion rather than a dramatic screaming match as I would have done in the past. I had the confidence to voice my concerns and had provided him a space where he felt safe to do the same. Without the guidance your podcast provided, I know this would have gone down a very nasty, drawn-out path. We'd have stayed somewhere we didn't belong for far too long and grown resentful. We would have damaged each other. Because of the reach your words have through others, a man who has never seen your podcast was spared another hurt in his life. For that, I am endlessly thankful to you. I no longer hate my parents. Their relationship is a beautiful union of two souls truly in love, not an abomination. I see my mom as the strongest woman in the world for all she has done to support and prioritize my dad. I see my dad for the kind, loving, strong man he is. Because of you, Chris and Peach, I got to tell my parents that I saw them. I truly saw them. I see love, kindness, and grace. I have cried with them over my revelations and how proud I am to be their daughter, thanking them for all that they have done for me and leading by example. A day I'm not sure they ever thought that they would see. Thank you for changing my life. Thank you, Peach, for helping me understand what it means to be a strong woman. Thank you, Chris, for helping me understand what a man really is and how they should be respected. Thank you both for giving me the tools to find my true self. Thank you for helping me to see who my parents really are and how beautiful their marriage is. Thank you for opening my eyes to the poison I had so willingly swallowed. I am so thankful that God showed me exactly what I needed to take the pain away 1 year ago. Please keep following this path. There are no others better suited for your journey. Thank you above all else for the life I am now living. This happiness and love would not have been possible without both of you. Much love and many thanks.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Didn't make me cry as much as it did the first time. It definitely got me to water up this time. But the first time when she was telling us in person, I was fucking out there trying not to like legit
Cry
break
in
down
public,
sobbing
yeah.
and shit.
I have an Awakened Women's call with her today.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she upgraded to the higher tier.
She did.
Love that. It just goes to show how much you're actually changing lives.
Yeah, I'm fucking trying. I'm not trying. I am. Naomi like really drilled into me, stop saying I'm trying or I hope because you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. She's like, I've seen it. I am. I'm doing the thing. Speaking of my Awakened Women's group, I have 3 women's groups, all different tiers. I have my Women's Thrive group, I have my Sacred Sisterhood, and I have my Awakened Women's group. All 3 groups offer something different. Each tier gets more in depth the higher you go. And I wanted to ask the ladies who are currently in the chat and Patreon. I had 5 spots available for my Awakened Women's group where they get bi-weekly one-on-one phone calls with me for 1 hour where we talk about your guys' life, problem solve, give advice, celebrate wins, talk about losses, and try to create your life, mold your life into what you want it to be. All 5 spots are gone.
All right, guys, as you know, there was a TikTok scare. We lost the app for a whole 12 hours, and we have no idea what the future of the app looks like. And with that, we are very concerned about the loss of our following. We have amassed almost 3 million followers across that platform with all 4 of our accounts. And we are trying to push people to other social media platforms so that in the event that anything happens on one app, we have multiple other backup plans. If you want to make sure that you're not missing any content, we highly recommend that you check out our Patreon.
On Patreon, we have multiple tiers to choose from. Starting at $10, you begin to receive exclusive content. At $15 a month, you get access to our private Discord server where we've amassed an absolutely amazing community of supportive people. And beyond that, we have other tiers to check out, along with my 2 private women's group, if that's something you may be interested in.
Guys, on our $15 and higher tier, you have access to live recordings. We record all of our content 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, live in front of our Patreon audience where they are able to chat with us while we're recording. They get to see all the flirting, the outtakes, the hot topic conversations that never actually make it on the podcast. And it's really worth that aspect in itself. We have an After Dark where we sit down usually once a week and have a glass of bourbon, or in Peach's case, a glass of wine and a bowl of cheese. And we have a whole lot of fun conversations, karaoke in the Discord. We finish the lyrics. We literally just hang out and you guys get to hang out with us. There is a host of other perks, including Zoom calls that are coming for the ultimate tier so that if you guys are having problems, you can talk to us. It also gives you the heads up on private meet and greets because when we travel, we try to meet up with people on our Discord on a regular basis. There's a whole slew of other perks that come through Patreon. I highly recommend that you check it out.
The best way to support what we are doing is to share the content. The second best way is to check out our Patreon. Thank you guys for being here. Are you ladies interested in me opening more spots for that Awakened Women's group? Do I have ladies who are interested in doing one-on-one phone calls with me bi-weekly for an hour? This is just feedback. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I am just looking for data collection.
While we wait on them to answer, Brittany said that I emailed my story in before, but I will send a year-end update soon. We love updates, especially if you include the name of your first email so we can put them together. Even more so if we read it. I'm willing to bet that if you open that up, it would probably sell out in a day or so.
I mean, the first 5 spots did. All of them came from my Sacred Sisterhoods chat too. Yeah, they all upgraded
because they already saw the value of what you had.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's get into some helping people.
Okay. It will never be him versus me, Patreon. Chris and Peaches, I'd like to open with a huge thank you for being such a prominent therapeutic resource in my relationship. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not fixing it. I'm just going to touch on, we aren't therapists.
No.
I'm glad that we can be a resource for you guys in your relationships. Just know we are not licensed. We have not gone to school for this. We don't have any letters behind our names. We are just 2 people living life together. We found a way to be happy, and we want to help you guys find that as well.
We are qualified helpers.
Yes, we are. And that came from a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
That was somebody who has letters behind their names. So
this is going to be one of those things that when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter if you have letters or degrees or nothing. If you are able to give somebody a piece of advice that drastically changes their life and you're able to hold space for people, you should be doing that.
Yeah, 100%. My boyfriend and I have been listening, watching, and stalking on Patreon since the beginning of our relationship.
Oh, I see where you are.
And it has been such a great talking point for us. I just know when he hears this in his AirPods at work, he's going to call me. Oh, hopefully a good phone call. We usually listen to you guys at work or while we're cleaning the house and converse about the topic at hand while we listen. And it gives us the option to talk about things that are really in the back of our minds that we don't know how to bring up. Again, thank you.
Such a powerful tool.
It is.
You know, we've talked in the past that you and I don't just watch TV.
No.
I can imagine how frustrating it would be for a stranger to come hang out with us.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And try to watch a movie.
Oh no, an hour and a half movie turns into 3 hours.
Constantly.
Yeah.
There's like 2 shows that we watch without interruption because we're glued to like what's happening.
Mobland is one of them.
Yeah, and the other one's the neighbor show.
Yes.
And even that one gets paused to degrees, but not like because it's such a train wreck.
It is. It really is. They did such a great job just bringing this man off of his throne.
Yeah.
And he is panicking about life. It's great.
Yeah. But we pause and talk about everything. I can only imagine for people who are having rocky relationships to have this as a resource to do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge. And when you can talk about other people's messiness and relate it to your own messiness, you don't take it personal.
Right. We can't even watch a kid's movie.
Kids' movies are the hardest. It's the hardest for me because they're trying to show you a message.
Right.
Most of them are trying to
Yeah.
give you a message, a life lesson.
Yeah, I am not about watching frivolous things with the children. If we can't learn something from it, whether that be a life lesson, nature lesson, science, art, then we're not watching it.
Right.
With the children, it's so much worse though, because I'll pause something and then I'll ask them, what did you just see happen in the show? And then they'll verbatim what just happened. And then we'll go on a philosophical 45-minute side tangent about how that can be applicable to life and why we don't or do those kinds of things. Yeah.
When it comes to your kids, everything is a learning opportunity, though.
Yeah.
I don't mean your kids. I mean the
Everybody's.
listener. When your kids, everything should be-
Humanity's
yes.
children. Continuing, my boyfriend and I have been together for almost 3 years. We met on a dating app and moved in together 2 months into our relationship. After having a long talk about our futures, the things we wanted to accomplish, our finances, and discussing action plans, and how we plan on achieving our goals, moving in together made the most sense emotionally and financially. It still, to this day, is the best decision we have ever made. From the start, we knew that we each had work that needed to be done. We never had a puppy love phase. We knew that we wanted to do what we call the life thing together. We dove in head first and it worked for us. We both had shitty relationship trauma and realized that we both had a multitude of things that we needed to work on to be our best selves for each other. So we listened to you guys, we communicated.
Hold on.
So we listened to you guys, we communicated, and we put in the work. Every time one of our friends asked us how we found a good relationship, we both had the exact same answer. You don't find a good relationship, you get your hands dirty and you fucking build it. Damn right. Oh gosh, it must be nice.
It is.
How did you find this? My gosh, this is really nice. I love my life. I love our marriage. I love my husband. I don't want to not be around you. This morning you were like, I might stay after and play a few games. And I was like, you don't want to be with me? I want to be around you all the time. And when you don't want to be around, right, it's healthy for you to have your own things that you do and for me to have my things. And we do things separately sometimes. And it feels good to fill our own cups. But do you like secretly hate me because you don't want to be around me?
You know, people seem to think that we woke up one day in the same bed and not knew each other. Like God just put you in my bed and we woke up and that was life.
Yeah.
And we're just so lucky that God put you there and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than somebody who's a musician or an artist of any type or a construction worker that can build houses. You didn't wake up one day and just have the knowledge to go do that shit. It took years of building it and like cultivating your fucking existence to get to the point where you can do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're a savant, you don't wake up and you're just a master at something. You just have a natural talent that a lot of people don't have. You still got to do the fucking work.
Yes.
It's not luck. That it's luck thing really gets under my skin. Like that's probably one of the most triggering phrases that somebody can say to me.
Yeah.
Even the "it must be nice" thing doesn't bother me anymore because when I hear that shit, I'm like, it is, bro. It's
Yeah.
fucking great. Because then they're like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. But your lucky thing, that gets me. That gets me.
Yeah.
You know that TikTok that we posted of us hugging, the group hug?
Yeah.
I went through all the comments on the video on TikTok, and there was one person who was like, she looks like she's really struggling. I hope she's okay. And it took everything I had not to be like, was it the crying in the video that made you think she wasn't okay? You fucking twat.
Was it the group hug?
Wait, what was it?
Like what? Tell me about it, Raven. What vision did you get to know that I'm not okay?
People.
You know, what, because we've talked about like the start of our relationship and how rocky things were to where we are now. It blows my mind that people can't fathom that we almost didn't become a thing.
No, yeah, right? Right.
There was a lot of, I don't think I can do this. Yeah, we didn't just find this fucking relationship.
Right.
This was, I want you over my own discomforts and we'll find a way to make it work.
We still have to do that.
Yeah.
Not because of the relationship, but because life throws shit at you sometimes.
Yeah.
You just have to,
Navigate it.
course correct.
Continuing, he had no children, no pets, and no real ties to the area he was in. I had a son, 2 cats, and medical conditions that required me to stay near the area I was in. He packed up his entire life and moved 2 hours south to be with me. He stepped up to the plate and provided everything in a man I required in a relationship. He gained a solid relationship with my son, who now trusts him and looks to him for guidance with life encounters and how to be a good man. He accompanies me to doctor's appointments if I need him to and works a full-time blue-collar job to make sure that we are well taken care of. All of this to say he is a damn good man and I am forever grateful to have him. On to being able to keep him, we rarely get into arguments or get loud with each other. We have learned that raising our voice is a full stop because you have taught us that in order to effectively communicate, you need to be calm and rational. Nobody is ever offended in a moment if the words, "I'm finished with this for now," are issued to the other party in the middle of a disruption.
Called it a disruption.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Me too.
We're changing. So, you know what makes things a cult?
Verbiage,
right? They have their own way of speaking.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Attire, like the way that they dress, is a big one.
A mother and father that they look to.
And then a leader that they look to. And we have our own verbiage. We sell our own clothes, and people refer to us as mom and pops. And what would Peaches do? And I think that we actually do kind of check all the boxes of a cult. I'm okay with it.
We also have a sacred sacrament. Take this medicine. And then we're going to have a group circle and talk about it. Continuing, the area of concern for me is that I don't think he understands when I'm telling him that something he is doing has bothered me. We have discussed this in detail about it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that has been an area I have worked on as well. I also don't think that you can wait to bring something up a week later if something is bothering you. What is going on with my eyeball? Do your eyeballs ever malfunction?
I'm old. Yeah, they malfunction all the time. Every time you're like, wear your glasses. Yeah, that's my eyeballs malfunctioning. Jenna said, one of us. I think we need to make a shirt. This is one of us. To Be Better podcast.
Yes. Every once in a while, my eye will just like blur, but it's only one part of my eyeball. Should I see a doctor?
Maybe. Does it do it all the time, or is it just at random? Maybe you got eye boogies.
It happens enough for me to recognize that it's becoming a thing. Not daily, but
maybe you have worms living in your eye.
Oh, why would you say that? Why would you do that to me? Why would you plant that seed? Do you remember that scene in that show where that woman cut her scalp off to see if she was human or a robot?
Yeah. Yep. What was that? Was that a Black Mirror episode?
No, it was like Awaken Conscious or something
it was that,
like that.
Electric Dreams.
Yes.
It's not a tumor.
I don't have worms in my face.
Chat's like, why would you say that?
I have that same energy as that scene from Ted. Who did this to us? My husband. I'm leaving. I'm offended.
This email said, the area concern for me is that I don't think he understands when I'm telling him that something he is doing has bothered me. I think that you might need to work on your delivery if that's the case. What you doing?
I have worked myself up, and I am now getting our daughter's fan out of my purse so I can calm down. Big ol' clunk. Oh, okay. The placebo effect's kicking in. I can feel something crawling in my eye. Are we continuing?
Yeah,
Are we
I'm waiting on you.
Okay.
It'll be good for you to focus on something else.
Right, but the thing I'm focusing on, my eyeballs are moving. I also don't think that you can wait to bring something up a week later if something is bothering you. He is the type of person that will bottle up his issues, and I am the type of person that likes to address it in the moment. He likes to ride his dirt bike in the summer months and had let me know early on in a relationship that his dirt bike has helped him immensely with his mental health and serves as an outlet for his brain space. When we first moved in, it was starting to snow outside, and he literally put his dirt bike in the kitchen of our townhouse because if we're cold, she's cold. You have to bring her inside. And from that point on, I knew how important this was to him.
That's funny.
That is really funny.
Could you imagine walking into the kitchen for the first time and a motorcycle being in there?
Yeah, your Indian just parked.
Yeah. The real question is, how did you even get that in here?
Right. Did you get a tiny ramp to get it over?
That's funny.
She would have to live somewhere else, like your whiskey room. Continuing, he usually goes back and forth about maybe I'll go riding this weekend, and an hour later it will be, I don't think I'll go riding this weekend. And then he'll do this for days. I do that when I'm depressed. When I know I need to do something that's good for my mental health, but the thought of exerting the energy for it's too much for me. So I'll go back and forth on things like that.
My problem is that I make plans when I'm in a good headspace, and then time comes to do it, and I don't want to.
You have to come to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah. Future me sometimes, or past me really looks out for me in future times because I know that I need to do these things, and other times I'm like, you bitch. How dare you make plans?
Continuing, I never get a straight answer, which makes it hard to decipher if we'll be able to spend time together on the weekends. Recently, I attempted to make plans for us on a Sunday to spend time together. I wanted to go magnet fishing, and he sounded excited to come as well. He woke me up on Sunday to let me know he was going to go riding his dirt bike with his friends. I was visibly upset, and he asked what the issue was. Again, I'm not going to sit on this emotion and not speak about it when asked. I told him I didn't know you were going out, and he said, I told you I might go, followed by, I told you when the weather got nicer that I would be out riding a lot, which he did. He communicated to me very well that our free time in the summer months would be spent apart due to him riding. My issue was a lack of communication. I just wanted to spend time with my person. Don't scroll yet, please.
Okay.
Scroll back up. You can say what you're going to say, but don't scroll.
The issue isn't that he didn't communicate or that there was a lack of communication. The issue is that you wanted to spend time with your person and you didn't think he was going to go because he had hemmed and hawed about going during the winter months.
Right.
Now that it's gotten warmer out, he's wanting to go ride and you took the shit personal. If you guys had plans to go magnet fishing and you thought you were going to get up and go first thing in the morning, he thought he was going to get up and go ride and then do the magnet fishing afterwards, that's a lack of communication on both of your parts. When do you want to go do that? Because I may go ride with the boys in the morning. Mm-hmm. Are we going in the evening? Do you want to get up at 6 a.m. so that I can be at the park by noon with my guys?
Right.
Yeah.
I also want to point out, she said I wanted to go magnet fishing and he sounded excited to come also. So was it his tone? Did he say, I can't wait to go magnet fishing with you on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when we get out of bed together? That was very exaggerated. But I want to drive my point home. If he didn't verbalize, I am coming with you on Sunday. I can't wait to do this with you. I love spending time with you like this. And you think that he sounded excited because it was his tone of voice, or hell yeah, babe, that sounds like a blast. Whatever. The lack of communication or the miscommunication would be the assumption that he was coming with you because he was excited in his voice.
Yeah, there's also, you guys there's communication that needs to happen even with that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he was excited to go magnet fishing, how long do you plan on being out there?
Right.
Like if you're like, I want to go to the beach and look for seashells, I'm thinking we're gonna be out there for no more than 2 hours tops. If you drove, right? Like let's say that I'm not the one that drives us everywhere, and we took your vehicle and drove out there, and like 2 hours later I'm ready to go, and you're just getting started.
Right.
I'm not gonna have a good day. I don't want to be out here for 5 hours. It's fucking hot. We live in Florida. Like I want to go out there right before sunset when it's not super hot. You can do your thing real quick when the sun goes down. We have no choice but to leave. You can't see the seashells. Let's go.
Yeah.
But we have to have the discussions or have at least a baseline understanding of what's going on. There's a lack of communication on both of their parts in this situation, but he did specify to her that during the summer months when he has free time, he's going to go ride his dirt bike.
Mm-hmm. I am also somebody, I will over communicate to make sure shit's clear between us.
Yeah, it's necessary.
So if I'm making a plan and you're like, hell yeah, babe, that sounds like a blast. Babe, do you want to come with me? I would love it if you joined me. How about we spend time together on Sunday and we can do this as a date? I need verbal, like we are going to have a verbal contract about this day. And then when you break that contract, I'm fucking calling Judge Judy. I would also be upset if I was under the understanding, right? Okay, not even that. Even if I was under the understanding that we were going to be doing something together on Sunday and you woke me up and was like, hey, I'm going to go ride my bike with my buddies for the next 4 hours. I would be more upset over the fact that you made a last minute plan and disrupted my autism than the fact that we're not spending time together that day. I need that prediction of our life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you not to go, but you definitely disrupted my chi for the next few 30 minutes, hour, whatever. Like I have to re-regulate myself.
Well, if you knew you wanted to go at 9 a.m. and I didn't, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go do this thing. I'll be back at noon and we can go magnet fishing. Would it do the same thing? And at that point, whose fault would it be? Yours or mine?
What do you mean? Whose fault would it be?
Well, if you had it in your head that you wanted to leave at 9 o'clock and I just knew we were going to go magnet fishing on Sunday.
Oh, if I didn't give you a time, that's on me.
And I woke up Sunday morning. I was like, hey, I'm going to go to Wawa, run to the studio, edit, do a couple things. I'll be back here at like noon, 1 o'clock, and then we can go magnet fishing. Like that would be changing last minute plans because I didn't know what your actual schedule was.
Right. If I didn't say we're going magnet fishing or I would like to go magnet fishing at 10 a.m. and I'm like, I just want to go magnet fishing on Sunday, I feel like that's a very open-ended plan. It's almost me pushing the rest of the planning onto you.
Figure it out.
To make it happen, yeah. I'm also not against spending time by myself or trying to make plans with other people. If it had been rainy all week and then Sunday's the first sunny day of summer and you're like, babe, I really want to go ride my dirt bike. I haven't been able to do it in the last 7 months because of harsh winters. Winter is coming and it just ended. Yeah, babe, go do your thing. We can do magnet fishing another day. We can do it overcast, rainy, sit under a tree, whatever. And I'll go do something by myself. I'm going to see you at the end of the day.
Right.
Continuing. I told him, you going out riding is not an issue, but I feel a little neglected in this relationship lately, and I need us to be able to actually spend some quality time together. Okay, so I'm going to pause there. Now is not the time to bring that up. That should have been brought up when you made the plans to do the magnet fishing. Hey, babe, I'm feeling like we're slacking a little bit on our romance or intimacy, and I would really like to dedicate a day to reconnecting with you. Can we do that on Sunday and go magnet fishing? That changes the whole premise of why you're going out together versus I want to go sit in the sun and magnet fish. Do you want to go with me?
Right. Well, that also indicates the entire day is going to be spent together magnet fishing.
Right.
Because you said I would like to take a day.
Mm-hmm.
So in that situation, I would assume that whatever's going on that day is dedicated to us spending time together.
Right.
Right. So there's clear communication in that aspect.
Yeah.
I agree with that, though. I also think that having that conversation right then and there before he's going to go out and do his dirt bike thing is not the answer.
I agree.
Why?
Because your relationship's fucked up at this point. Now I'm going to feel guilty going out and riding my bikes knowing when I get home, my woman doesn't feel like I love her.
Yeah. Gives you an entire day to be separate, stewing at each other.
Yeah.
I really do think that's a conversation that should have been had when he got back or after dinner, after they both had time to acclimate to being home.
Or any time prior, because I feel a little neglected in this relationship lately.
Yeah.
When I think of lately, I'm envisioning the last month to the last 3 weeks.
Right. Not just this morning.
Right. So any time during that period where you're starting to recognize, oh, I'm feeling neglected a little bit, bring it up laying in bed while cuddling. Hey, babe, can we spend some more time together? The intimacy I'm feeling disconnected.
Right. I view this as a guilt trip.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so let's play this out.
Okay.
That conversation happens. I now, assuming that because I have a decision to make.
Right.
I either have to put my relationship in jeopardy to go and get my self-care and enjoy my day with people that I've already dedicated my time to, right? There's a whole lot that goes into that. Or I need to cancel with all of them and stay home and spend the day with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not winning in either one of these situations.
Right.
Because in the event that I cancel with everyone else and I don't go do the thing that fills my cup, I'm now going to be running at 0% battery, doing things that you want to do, resenting you for making me do these things when you knew that I had other plans to do something that fills my cup.
Right.
Or I can go knowing that you're having the issue that you're having and go and try to have a good time with my friends, while in the back of my head, I know I'm going to come home to conflict because you started some bullshit before I had to go in the morning.
The way that I would have approached this, I would let you know I'm a little disappointed. I was really looking forward to going magnet fishing today. I understand that you need this time, though. You are a social creature. I can't do online social shit. It doesn't fill my cup the same way like in-person interactions do. But I get that need to have interactions with other people that aren't me. So I'm not going to try to guilt trip you to stay home or make you feel bad for making that decision. I will let you know I'm disappointed. Go have fun, enjoy yourself, and I look forward to you coming home. And then you get home, we would spend the rest of our day together doing whatever we're doing. I would get myself into a better mood. And then over dinner or after dinner when we're relaxing on the couch, I would hit you with, this morning while I was thinking about why I was so upset about you going riding your bikes, I'm recognizing that I'm feeling disconnected in our relationship. And can we make more time for each other one-on-one to bring that back?
Yep.
What are you going to say?
There's both of those things are doable in a day.
Yeah.
You're not going to go ride dirt bikes for 12 hours.
No.
It's just not going to happen. If you get up at the ass crack of dawn, load your bike up, go to the fucking track, ride around for 5 or 6 hours, come home, eat, probably take a nap because it's exhausting as shit to ride like that, and then get up and go and magnet fish wherever you're going to go magnet fish from 5 p.m. until sunset.
Yeah.
It gives you 3 or 4 hours to magnet fish. There's no reason that both of those things couldn't have been done in a day.
I would also view this as, so she said what she said. And then, like you said, he has a choice to make. He can either go ride the dirt bikes or he can stay home and deal with the relationship. If he were to stay home and deal with the relationship, either consciously or subconsciously, anybody in this position who makes their partner feel like they have to stay home instead of going out and enjoying themselves is now aware that they can guilt trip their person in future situations.
Yep.
All I have to do is let them know that I am disappointed and upset, and they're going to cave to me.
And if they don't, then fuck them because they don't care enough about me to care about my feelings or emotions.
Yeah. Continuing, his response was, I am allowed to go riding. The weather is finally nice, and I told you I'd be going a lot. Things escalated, and we were going back and forth about him thinking I was upset about him riding, and me trying to explain that I only wanted to spend the day together.
You want to talk about that?
What are your thoughts on it?
He was hung up on the riding aspect because that's what she was trying to take from him.
Yeah.
And she was hung up on the fact that they are disconnected and feeling neglected in the relationship.
Right.
He correlated what he wanted to do, and she did not correlate what he wanted to do. This is about self-care. Both of them needing something in life that they're not getting from the other person right now. Mm-hmm. The issue is not the dirt bike riding. He didn't understand that because he felt like she was trying to take that from him.
Trying to control him.
Right. Trying to take away the one thing that he really enjoys that helps his mental health. And it's like, could you imagine going to therapy and like learning how to become a better person and your partner getting mad because you have a therapy appointment?
Right.
As somebody who rides motorcycles, that, I don't ride dirt bikes like that, but getting on a crotch rocket and hitting triple digits, even for 5 minutes, is enough to fucking silence everything. You get that adrenaline dump and everything is calm afterwards. Him riding his dirt bike through the woods, single track or jumping or, doing whatever it is that he's doing, he's explained to her that that's helped his mental health. So he needs to do something as self-care, and she's trying to fill her cup as well. Mm-hmm. And now they're arguing over 2 different points.
Right.
And that's the issue that's here.
Yeah, nobody's needs in a relationship is more important or a priority over the other person's. It's about compromise and trying to make sure both cups are filled. It's not always going to be at the same time.
Mm-mm. Nope. It is not.
Okay, so this is a really silly request. Feel free to tell me no. It's currently raining and windy outside. Can I go stand out there for like 30 seconds and then come back in and we can pick it up?
Go ahead.
Yes, I'll be right back, guys. I promise.
I actually think she's going to go stand in the rain and not just on the porch. She's out in the rain. Both dogs and me are staring at her out in the rain. This situation is real simple, guys. When you have a situation like this, you need to be able to have the conversation about what's really going on. And he should have been able to explain to her, like, I feel like you're trying to take this from me because you want to spend time with me. That was less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm worried about people. I got what I needed.
Okay.
There were birds out there and they didn't run away from me.
Yeah, that's because it's the first time in months it's rained out here.
That felt good.
Okay, I'm glad.
I needed that. Continuing, neither of us were making the points of the issue clear enough to the other person. He felt attacked because I brought up something he had done that was bothering me, and I felt pushed to the side because I needed something that I was not going to get quality time. So you weren't getting it in the capacity you imagined you would be getting it.
You weren't getting your way.
Right. You could still get quality time at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like my husband said, even if he woke up at the ass crack of dawn, got up at 5 a.m., left by 6, started writing by 6:30, and then rode for 6 hours, he'd be home by noon.
Yep.
Took a short nap, woke up, you guys could be somewhere by 3 o'clock. Continuing, we paused the argument when we both realized we weren't communicating, just battling each other. He eventually went riding, and I spent the day by myself doing things that made me happy. He did check in before he left, asking, "Are you sure you're not mad that I'm going riding?" To which I responded, "I'm sure." That wasn't a lie or me trying to ignore the issue. I truly wasn't upset he wanted to go riding because that was never the issue. He deserves to decompress and spend time doing things that are good for his mental health. I am all in favor of that always. Okay, so she said, I felt pushed to the side because I needed something that I was not going to get. And that was quality time. So was that stated when you made the plans to go magnet fishing? I need quality time right now. This isn't a want for me. My cup is empty. I need to feel loved in this relationship. Can we go do something together? Or was it, hey, do you want to go magnet fishing? That sounds like fun on Sunday. Those are two very different conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to get upset because you are not getting what you need, quote unquote. So I'm going to say this as a hypothetical because she did not clarify how she asked or posed the question about going magnet fishing. If it was not clearly defined, you kind of put your own hand on the stove. Does that make sense? I can't get upset at you for not giving me what I need when I didn't tell you that I needed it. The bigger issue, I think, is that I bring up something he is doing that is bothering me. No matter how I bring it up, he takes it as an attack, which means that it immediately becomes him versus me. I don't want to lose him, but there has to be a better way to communicate that something is bothering me without him taking it as an attack. I would never intentionally attack him because I was upset about something. It's usually brought up like, hey, so that bothered me, and we talk about it or argue about it.
That's not true, though, because the way that she just explained that entire situation is not how that played out.
The way that she brought it up?
The way that all of this email up until now is not how that was just done.
Yeah. Timing also matters.
It's true.
The tone of which things are said matters. I told him you going out riding is not an issue, but I feel a little neglected in this relationship lately, and I need us to be able to actually spend some quality time together.
Right. That's an accusatory statement. It's very different than going, hey, I want to connect with you. Let's plan a date day. So this is not a situation where it's the two of you versus the problem. You're having an issue right now and you're expecting him to fix it.
Right.
And you're doing it in a situation that is not optimal timing. If you would have stated, I want to go magnet fishing because blah, 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 that's a very different situation than having it out right before he goes riding.
Yeah.
And granted, she said that it ended up going and everything was fine. But then later in the email she said that when it's brought up, I'm usually like, hey, so that bothered me, and we talk about it or argue about it, because to me, it is us versus the problem, but to him, it's always him versus me. Mm-hmm. That's delivery, it's timing. That situation was a guilt trip.
Yeah.
That's not, I want quality time with you. Like, that's not what that conversation was. That might have been what you were intending and what you needed from him. But at the time, he was focused on him getting his cup filled, like you were trying to pull the rug out from underneath of him.
Right.
sometimes your partner's gonna feel like you're trying to do that, especially if your shit's not laid out in a way that makes it about the relationship. If I had, if this was us, I would feel the same way. I'd be like, damn, she just doesn't want me to go riding dirt bikes with my friends. Like,
Right.
there's also a whole other conversation that could be said here. Depending on your previous relationships, there could be now she's trying to isolate me from my people.
Right.
She knows that this is the one thing that makes me the happiest, and she doesn't want me to go do it. Like, so if I don't go do this and I cut off my friends, eventually my friends are going to stop wanting to hang out with me because I'm the guy that's not reliable when they ask me to do shit.
Flaky.
Right. And I'm giving up all of the things that makes me happy to make sure that her needs are met. And now I'm a shell of a human being because of it.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into this. Is a tricky one, but it's not really tricky. The way that it's laid out makes it very simple. You just don't have these conversations in the moment and you're very clear about what you need. It wasn't about magnet fishing. You guys spending time together was what you wanted.
Right.
So that should have been the conversation. Hey, I'm like you said earlier, I'm feeling disconnected and I need to feel intimately connected to you again. Let's spend the day together. I have an idea. Let's go magnet fishing. Very different conversation than let's just go magnet fishing. Cause you could do that shit by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't have to be there for that.
Right. I need us to be able to actually spend some quality time together. Those words right there, minus everything else that was said, comes across as he's the problem.
Yes.
It does. And the reason that I say that, I have always had a hard time with the word actually, because that makes it sound like, in my mind, actually makes it sound like my perspective of what is happening is not an accurate one. Right? So if I were to say a stegosaurus has 3 horns on its head, and someone goes, no, actually that's the triceratops, you're correcting me. And you are
telling you that it's not factual.
Right. You're telling me that I'm wrong and that it makes me feel like I'm the issue here. Right. Continuing. It's not his fault he takes things that way. It may be a trauma response or it's a communication fault on my end.
Could be both. Good things can be true at once.
Yep. I don't want this to be one of those my boyfriend won't fix this problem emails. I would really enjoy your insight on how I can better fix my communication regarding these things that bother or upset me with him so we don't keep having fights about it. I think that the way we communicate with each other is the most important thing in our relationship. And I don't want this to cause a trickle-down effect where we lack communication by not addressing things because it will lead to a fight. We both work immensely hard to keep our relationship healthy, and I'd like to be able to keep improving for him if I can. Thank you for reading, for always helping. And thank you for the work you do. Please send help and tissues. I love this man so much.
I mean, this is definitely, I think we gave you everything that you needed in this. I didn't read this as a my boyfriend won't fix the problem email. I took this as you guys don't know how to talk to each other email. It sounds like you have a lot of really poor timing.
Yeah.
And that's a bigger thing. And I got to be honest, even with the timing aspect of that, you don't have to have that conversation when he's gone. Like knowing that he was going to go do that and you were disappointed, you could have let him go and have a good day. And you could have found the right words to let him know later in the day that you really need some intimate time together and you need a date day. So maybe next Saturday, instead of him going riding, you want to go magnet fishing and then Sunday he can go ride again. Like there's also that backstory of he told her during summer months, like he rides his bike every weekend because that's a thing.
Right.
I don't know if that means he rides every weekend, like every day of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. But if that's the case, maybe you tell him one weekend a month, you need a Saturday.
That's exactly what I thought.
Or a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Like there needs to be a communication happening in that aspect.
I would want, so if there's 4 weekends in a month, that's 8 days for him to be able to go and do what he wants. I am okay with a date day after a work day. I'll neglect the house for an evening. Laundry can wait until tomorrow. Mopping the floor can wait until tomorrow. There's a lot of compromise that can be had. Or even, I want 2 Saturdays a month during the summer months. So you still have 6 days to ride, and that gives us 2 days to really dedicate 24 hours to loving one another.
You could also go, I know that you're going to ride for until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's do dinner.
Right.
You don't have to give up. This is just a scheduling thing.
Yeah. This one's titled, Please Send Guidance. First and foremost, thank you for being here. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, a bit of background information relevant to the issues. My significant other and my schedules do not mesh normally, so we have limited time together. Also, we live on a family compound with my parents and sister about 250 yards from our house. Oh, that's close.
Yeah.
First, most recent, you spend too much time with your family and I don't feel like a priority. I have distanced myself from my family as I was spending more than 50% of my free time with them. Currently, I spend every morning before work at the gym with my sister and visit my parents for 15 to 20 minutes, 3 or sometimes 4 days out of the week, depending on my father's health. I have made spending quality time with my significant other mandatory, how it should have been, incorporating physical touch and words of affirmation, which are his main love languages. However, this is still an issue for my significant other. What can I do to fix this?
By asking him, what can I do to make you feel like a priority?
Yeah, I got nothing on that. There's not enough information. Why does he not feel like a priority?
Right. Well, she's focused on the first part of it. You spend too much time with your family. So that's what the focus was on.
Right.
She missed the entire second part of that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a priority. I need to feel like a priority in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That could be simple things like, making sure that dinner's made or calling to check on him while he's at work or being on the phone with him on the drive home. Like there's a whole lot of things that could be done to make him feel like he's the most important thing. That's what it is that he needs.
Yeah. Giving him a kiss before going to the gym with your sister.
Yeah.
It could be a whole host of things. Second, I wish that when I came home, I didn't feel the need to have a beer. Oh, that could be a whole host of things.
Right.
It could be work. It could be social life. It could be his own family.
Could be coming into the home in a war zone.
Yeah.
Says a whole lot, though, if you're not able to live your life without a substance.
Yeah. I asked what he meant by the statement and why he felt this way, and his response was, I just get so stressed out and I am not at peace here.
Well, there you go.
I asked if it was something I was doing, like a behavior or tone, and he said no. What can I do to aid his peace? I'm a fairly peaceful person. However, I do have my tendencies to become argumentative. I am combating that by taking time before responding, and my favorite coping mechanism has been the quote, you do not have to RSVP to every fight you are invited to, which seems to help as I am naturally confrontational.
So which one is it? You're a fairly peaceful person or you're argumentative, combative,
and confrontational.
And naturally confrontational because you just contradicted the shit out of yourself. There's an issue here and him not being at peace in the home. Mm-hmm. That's the discussion that needs to be had there.
Right. Not what am I doing? Why are you not at peace?
Right.
Third, drinking. Please remember my above mentioned statement of being naturally confrontational. This subject is where it shines the most. My significant other is a drinker, in all caps, drinker. When I say this, I mean literally can go through an entire 12-pack and be slightly buzzed, but enough to truly get on my nerves, but nowhere near drunk.
So he's an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
So he's using the I'm not at peace as a reason to drink.
Yeah.
That's probably the reality of the situation.
The coping mechanism.
Or the fact that he's off of work and now he gets to drink.
Yeah.
There are a lot of alcoholics who don't start drinking until they get off of work because they have to perform their duties.
Right.
Doesn't make you less of an alcoholic. You're still fucking alcoholic.
Yeah, you're just an alcoholic on a schedule. In the past, while drinking hard liquor, he would become very rude and disrespectful towards me, would pick fights, and use words to intentionally hurt my feelings to the point of me crying and begging the powers above to just make him sleep it off. Then in the morning, he would act like everything was fine until I brought up how he had emotionally hurt me, to which he would apologize and I forgave him. Everything was fine until the next time. Ultimately, I banned hard liquor from our household, as I had gotten to that point. He could choose the bottle or me. Thankfully, he chose me, until he has now started a similar pattern with beer.
So he didn't choose you.
I have spoken with him about this and expressed my concerns because I do not want to go back to crying myself to sleep almost every Saturday night. To which he tells me I have slowed down drinking and it's not going to be like that again, or stop mothering me. This is when I have to work my rage down and not speak with my emotions. What do I do about this? I'm not going to be with an alcoholic.
I would say I will gladly stop mothering you.
Mm.
This is your option. You either quit drinking or I'm not staying.
Yeah.
Because this isn't about mothering you. This is about setting boundaries of what I expect out of my partner and what I will or will not accept in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to accept the belittling, the shit talking, and all the ugly that comes from somebody because they're choosing to drink every single day.
Right.
You don't have to accept someone's shitty behavior. It doesn't matter how much you love them or how much they claim to love you. If somebody's doing something in your life that you don't see, that's what I'm looking for. Somebody's doing something in your life that you don't see as a a good thing, you have the right to walk away from them.
Oh, 100%.
And you have the right to give them the opportunity to fix their behavior.
Yes.
And they have the same opportunity with you. Just all there is to that. You guys are choosing to live life together. There's a whole lot of things that have to happen in order to make that a positive situation.
Right.
If one of you is unhappy and the other one's doing whatever the fuck they want, why would you stay?
Fourth and finally, I don't feel respected. There are times when he openly talks about our sex life intentionally to make others uncomfortable. I am happy that he is pleased with our bedroom activities, but I don't wish for everyone to know what we do in the sheets. I have asked him not to do this, and he says that he will work on it, but it hasn't gotten any better, despite my reminders of the conversation. The way he speaks about me in this area of our life is like I'm a prostitute who doesn't have to be paid. I hate it, in all caps. The sharing of details from our sex life correlates with how much he's had to drink. He also has no issues groping me in front of anyone. I know most women would be happy to have their man not able to keep his hands off of them, but while he is exploiting our nightly activities, it just makes me feel dirty. I don't know how to explain this to him, as he is very much all or nothing when it comes down to it. I have mentioned it before, and the outcome was no physical touch at all and still talking about our sex life, just with slightly less detail. I have tried everything I know to do to try and stop this from happening, for example, abruptly leaving the room at the first mention of it. I'm beginning to feel like I should just embrace it and take it as a compliment, but it is extremely hard to do when other girls present look at me with pity laced in their eyes. Yes, I have left the room crying on several occasions from being so embarrassed. Peaches specifically, what would you do in this situation? I would be mad disrespectful at this point. I would tell you to shut the fuck up and we need to step outside and have a conversation right now. And we would step outside and that conversation would look like you are either going to stop doing this or you are no longer going to be in a relationship with me. I wouldn't tolerate this. I am not a sideshow for you to talk about with your friends and show me off and be like, oh, look what I have and you don't, and this is my sex life, and she bends over this way for me.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful behavior.
Yeah.
Jay said there's a difference between not keeping my hands off of you and still having respect for you.
Yeah.
This that whole situation, I know she didn't ask me. She asked you specifically what would you do in that situation, but ultimately she needs to set some fucking boundaries.
Yeah.
And she needs to stand up for herself because
and adhere to them.
Right. Because in all of this, she's not.
Right.
Leaving the room crying is not setting boundaries.
Right.
That's you giving in to what's happening, getting frustrated and leaving and just
and
allowing
standing
it to
up.
Right. And allowing it to happen again. I view this as a form of emotional rape.
Yes.
Right? Because he knows that she doesn't appreciate any of this, and he's turning her into a sexual object in front of all of his friends. Furthermore, I'm willing to bet that hearing all of those things, if he's that type of person, it means he hangs out with those type of people.
Yeah.
The friends are probably now looking at her as a piece of meat too, and given the opportunity, there would probably be lines crossed.
Yeah.
This is just not an okay situation. I wouldn't, if this was somebody that I cared about and I heard about this, like I would get involved.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If this was my friend and her husband was talking like this about her in front of everybody, this isn't public conversation.
Right.
I am going to say some shit and there might be an argument that erupts and everyone's going to fucking go home. And then you guys are no longer going to be invited to things or we're not going to come over anymore.
Yeah. That seeing somebody do that to the point of their woman crying would be the last time we ever went over there.
Yeah.
And it would probably be the last time that we were invited because I would say some shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not letting that ride. And the fact that there are other men in the situation watching it happen says a whole lot about the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Yeah.
And the fact that the women who were there did not get up and follow her.
Right. Just looked at her with pity.
Right. Yeah. This is, I would not allow myself to be in this situation.
It's crazy when you set standards for yourself and you hold those standards, how fast your social circle changes. That was a hard one for me. Social circle changes.
Yeah. I'm really disgusted by the women in that group who just looked at her with pity and did absolutely nothing to console her, to stand up for her. And those men in that circle are not men.
No, I agree. Well, we are well over an hour at this point, even with cuts in your little rain situation. Damn it, I keep closing that window when I keep meaning to close the email. Do you have anything else that you want to add on to before we wrap up?
Nobody, women or men, have to tolerate disrespectful behavior like that.
I agree.
If anything in your relationship makes you uncomfortable, period, that's a full stop. And if your person, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend is not willing to adjust themselves to help you feel comfortable in the relationship, that's not your person. I'd be packing bags fucking quick. Either my own and going somewhere else, or his and he can go somewhere else. I'm not willing to live life that way.
Yeah. And once that happens the first time and you allow it to continue to happen, you're making a choice.
Yeah.
You're choosing to live that way. And ultimately you have to decide, do you want to live your life like this?
Right.
Right? Because it is your life to live.
Mm-hmm.
It's no one else's. You're the one that's suffering right now. And if you don't make a choice to get out of that suffrage, you're choosing to live that way.
Yes. I would cause a fucking scene. So you're telling me she does all of the work is because the alcohol makes your dick limp? Oh, I would cause a fucking scene about all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That made me a little heated. I'm calming down. Hey guys, little quick interruption. If you're enjoying the content, please leave a like. And also don't forget to comment. We enjoy interacting with you guys and hearing your opinions, and it helps the algorithm.
It's also free to do. And if you really want to help make sure the show continues to do, hit the subscribe button and share the content across your social medias. It costs you nothing and it greatly helps the show. We got to wrap up anyways.
Okay.
And we don't have time to do another one. So
Yes.
we are definitely going to have to revisit the new structure of podcasting because this is not going to keep us ahead.
Right. We also had the premiere today, and that set us back an hour.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I was talking about earlier when we were walking the dogs. Like, if we have to wait to the premiere to end, there's going to be times where we record an hour and a half or 2 hour podcast. It's not going to end until fucking noon, 1 o'clock. Like, it really fucks with our schedule. So we need to figure out, like, even if we just do the premiere and a live on Monday and that's it, and then come in Tuesday, do 2 episodes, Wednesday, 2 episodes, and then we're done for the week. That covers everything that we're supposed to do other than the After Dark for the Ultimate tier.
Okay.
So I know that it adds one more day of shit to us. But at least Monday would be a short day because we don't have to get here until the premiere ends or, noon, and we just go live from noon to 2 or whatever. But it'll also be different when we have all the shit at the house versus here.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, remember, with that being said, remember you are the author of your own life.
So grab a pen.
And we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.